setting involved here so well.
This guy's just kind of the greatest game of his life.
And you've got magnetized, you've got freezing field. Top of the Centaur.
It's very good against Pierce. Well, the economy can't actually order, we can't break edge, which is because the most of them go through.
Yeah.
Sure, concept does not.
Yeah, Michael, you're right.
So there's a good kind of.
I'm spamming my Sylvie notes.
There you go.
Nice.
Pretty good. I don't know, boys. I like this Faceless draft.
Yeah,
I think they've got a pretty obvious game plan, a lot of skill shots, but I think a little easier to execute.
10 seconds remaining.
Right? They rely heavily on Earth Spirit and the main, making
5 seconds remaining.
And then you know these aggressive heroes like Weaver, Ember, Ursa. For example, Ursa against Centaur. It's at all. Like 4 slaps is gone.
No.
That's like a lane that's going to be extremely difficult. So you're going to have a slower blade dagger probably on the Centaur, and then it's not going to be good.
Bimbo toilet. All right.
No toilet.
I can't see this on stream. I mean, it must be a big deal if they're like in everybody's name. That's serious stuff. That's a real sponsorship, man.
Full sponsorship.
Sponsorship. The full spread.
I didn't just give it to one player. That'd be so
Keep the other side.
Oh, I can't wait for the future of Dota sell-out. Guys, remember the old silencer throwing Doritos?
Yeah.
You know, there are a lot of good sellout moves we can get into.
There's a game called POE where they have laser footprints on your hero. You know, the little laser symbol behind your hero. Oh my god. That could be Dota terribly.
Yeah, dude. Holy shit. That's next level marketing. Let's take a look at early awards here. Dyer up on the plateau. And Radiant get one down here, get a little vision in the counting room. It's like no invasions.
Okay.
So it's black on the Faceless Void.
Weaver's top.
Jabs it takes
Oh,
Weaver and the first are top.
So
it is a support. You over the
here. And
30
interesting.
seconds.
We'll see how this works without the
like
drop.
minus armor. That's one reason for it.
if the minus under plus the Ursa.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll melt. The Centaur one boots first, which I really love.
Really?
Against this lineup, if he gets caught by the
he
shot,
does, yeah.
he is
And also he's done.
Yeah, when he's aware that Weaver does not have control, so they rely heavily on his structure and protection.
Bring him back.
Until level 2 or so.
The battle begins.
Crystal Maiden. Sitting down bottom, and it looks like fairly standard lanes coming out of Team Faceless here. XY on the Earth Spirit. The Invoker headed mid, of course. Not black. Just the solo off-lane Centaur. Yeah, black's down bottom here on the Faceless Void. Ready for some black chronos.
Okay. I've never really liked Faceless Void recently, just because of the root chains and like you can't ever just get out into the fight. But I mean, I guess in the situation it is good since they don't have
This is the roll mid. Getting the hook on.
Yeah, they know he doesn't have chains. A lot of pressure on the Earth Spirit, or Ember Spirit rather.
It has to be one of the most annoying things in the world.
Yeah.
You have to have good vision in your lane. You can't ever not have vision on the right ground.
Yeah.
You're just harassing the third ground. And Emperor's a hero that if he gets a bad start, it doesn't really do anything, right? Like he can't use his flash farm. He relies heavily on high levels to use all that magical moves.
I guess the Mage Ember maybe flash farms a little bit better than the old one that was so reliant on Battle Fury, but maybe a little. I guess he can farm more without the use of that item, you know, just a failed discard, but
it's still not bad.
he's still super momentum based, I would agree. You can kill him a few times in lane. Makes it a lot easier for
It's
invokers.
the anger stuff.
I don't know, like, leave me to
Yeah.
Pretty annoying though. They're keeping the centaur at bay.
You go to try, you trade it in the Weaver, you have no help. No, you have 2 qualifiers.
About on par with the Knicks. Getting some XP.
This should be a pretty okay lane from success. I wouldn't be worried at all. You constantly get experience. Yeah, and unless you're, the end of the lane and 2 HP, you're not going to do anything.
I'm glad they did this though. I feel like the Weaver can do more with less farm in the 4 than a Nyx Assassin if he falls behind as a lane 4. Like, I think Nyx really just thrives in that kind of core role.
I want to see what the airspace is. So far, you just kind of rolling mid once, harassed a little bit. And we talked about during the draft, how much they rely on them making space for these kind of greedy.
Yeah.
And so far, it's been pretty quiet. The Poland top end.
Versus just farming away. Weaver intercepts. Very nice. Sweet little play there.
No problem. It's pretty easy to kill the Endless Spirit.
You just get the roll.
Yeah, the roll.
It should be a little far forward. You can tell, look at his positioning. He knows that Earth Spirit's off the map, but he's just lingering nearby, or at least could be.
You have very boots on Volker as well, so you can chase.
Ember does not have his boots yet. Looks like he's got his bottle coming out on the courier. That sure is. Down bottom, maybe a rotation.
It's it.
Efficiency. Efficiency, boys. RR, maybe in trouble here. He doesn't have the spiked carapace. Pops it straight away. Nice stun on 2. And we'll miss the first blood as we look at this. But Nyx Assassin will likely fall. Down comes Jules. Sets it up on the ice. They'll go 1 for 1. Now Jules lingering. Wants to go in on Black, doing a lot of damage. He gets the back. They drop the Sentry Lord. 1 more. They've got it. XY. So while we're watching that, Invoker, solo killed Ember.
It looks like Ember probably went on anyway. Like I said, that's just what actually happened.
Yeah.
There's no way, unless you do that, right?
Yeah.
But that roll was fun.
That's all that. I mean, that's huge for Faceless. That's quite the gold graph. They've already got 1,000 net worth lead. Oh, wow. Ooh, first item on voice. You don't see that so often. That's kind of cool.
Over Venom?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's because the mix is supposed to be in the lane the whole time. Not one of these offlanders that kind of far away, just trying to get experience. It's actually touching fun.
You can actually trade blows with him.
Exactly. He's kind of in charge of keeping them down and help, so they have the potential to turn them, you know.
Centaur, now level
Radiant's
3.
middle tower is under attack.
Good job, that helmet.
Oh, yes. Immortal.
That's my spirit hero. I basically just press on and tackle people. It's just like in the NFL.
That is right. Your spirit animal probably is a Centaur. Half man, half horse, 100% beast.
Yeah, easy. Every time.
Yeah.
With some nice tits.
How funny would that be? Blake comes up and he's like, guys, I only play Christian.
Radiant's tower is under attack.
He probably takes player say, but like he plays CM all day. He's the most guy.
He's pretty jacked.
Yeah.
Here we go. Nyx Assassin again in trouble. Spike Carapace comes out, but will it be enough to stay alive? Nice stun. Jules trying to keep his friend alive. Ooh, he almost hits it up on the XY, but he makes it out.
Dire structures
And
are
Jules just
fortified.
walks away. So it's another kill for Faceless.
I don't know, sidestep like that. So that was, if he didn't move, he dodged it and failed, but like really behind.
Wow.
And if he didn't do that, the
I thought he just lost pathing.
Normal plays.
It's the tiny stuff like that really, you never really notice until you really try to focus on what the hell you're doing.
Dota's one of those games that every so often you get the reminder that it really is a game of inches sometimes. And you see those throne races where it's like, if we just had the Blightstone, if we just had finished the AC,
Dire's
that shit has
middle tower
happened
is
so
under
much.
attack.
Part of what makes you keep coming back. He's recovering.
Oh god.
He's recovering, but that speaks to how slow this early game's been for him.
He's not been too bad in that one. He's like good too.
Yeah. 30 CS, okay. Just that solo death does so much.
Interesting that he went for the Empire. Like maybe it's just a little on the creep on the very cool killer. He uses it to change more effective.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It's very interesting.
Definitely not something you see that often. Duels level 3 on this roaming weaver.
Maybe has the medallion.
It's huge.
I'm cold.
Professor, I think it's one of the best items in the game right now.
Really?
Everyone's playing.
Yeah, it was like a forgotten about item, and all of a sudden everyone realized how good it is.
Because it looked at it pretty good.
It also just fits into this meta. There's a lot of right-clicking type cores.
I'm pushing power, like you want to put on your core so you can.
Ursa just farming away. A lot of space up here for Miracle in the safe lane.
This is a hard decision, actually. I guess I picked it to blow up the Centaur and the Boulder. Yeah, but the issue is when you play against Centaur, you're not initiating one.
Yeah, you're good.
You just look, and all of a sudden you're multi. You can't catch anything.
Super slow.
That's like the #1 problem is just so susceptible to kiting.
Yeah.
Void makes it so much easier for Faceless in big team fights. Here we go! Chrono, Sunstrike, Ice, Ice, Ice. 3 kill for Black right there, man. And that's Helmet of Dominator coming from Midas, or for Black, not a Midas.
That's a nice invoker there. He didn't actually find the Sunstrike, so he got the kill.
So you let him get it.
Yeah, he also did it early, so
It also seemed like the Faceless Void kind of stopped the tank a little bit and took the kill. So that's classic.
Shane, I always thought though that for these early kills, it was really important for Invoker to try to get the last hit, so he gets that boost of experience and kind of snowballs early.
I guess in this stage, they like practice wanted to kill. It wasn't really like a team decision or anything.
Yeah.
Well, it could also be he already had his Midas, so maybe Invoker using your breakpoint for the HFC initiation up top. Ursa just gets destroyed.
Wasn't CM just bottom?
Yeah, just keep the top.
That's the Faceless rotation, man. See, those are the kind of plays when you start to see how Faceless outclasses a lot of the other teams in the region, where their coordination of those kind of ganks are just so crisp, so quick. Like Ursa couldn't even use his ult there. There's just no chance.
And you're playing, you're looking for okay, they just kill their.
Yeah. And you're like, oh my god, he goes the next thing, no, I'm getting hold on.
Wait, see, I'm here.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Here we go, Jules, thinking about a rotation mid, but Jabs is wise to it.
This is kind of the hardest part for Invoker. You just get your Midas, and you're kind of at this stage where you really can't think about it. You just get kind of Sunstrike, and you can stop and find them. I expect to see the support space kind of basic hang around here and try to protect Invokers.
I'm also curious what build Black's gonna go. I mean, Front Boots HOD pretty standard on a lot of cores these days, but Void one of those position ones that has a lot of options when it comes to items.
You can kind
Yeah. And like you could stop off for a blast, and oh, here we go. Oh, XY sets it up. So easy for Faceless. 7-1. Domination here, boys.
That was what we were talking about.
Hey, man, we're
They're like, okay, we can kill this symbol.
Yeah. So this is where Gavs is 60% ahead of the Ember Spirit. I mean, he's just balling in the mid lane.
I think it's like, where do you go from here? Like, who could you kill?
If you're Mineski,
has fallen.
Okay, I guess they do have to be.
Radiant's
They
top
can,
tower is under
they can set it
attack.
up with the disruptor. They can use that combo to pretty much to land. If they execute it correctly, then they can.
That's true. If they get the kinetic field up, then at the end, if it messes up just slightly, sends our all finish one out.
So it has to be pretty fair.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Right now.
yeah.
The silence has been huge. It's killing the Ursa, that's something that.
And I think one of the scarier parts from the Mineski perspective is we haven't seen Faceless in their full form yet. You know, Magnetize hasn't even come out. And that's another. I mean, that's a huge amount of damage. They're going to go Super Saiyan.
Yeah. Oh god. Super Saiyan Blue is that one. They don't even know what's happening. If they're gone, fire.
Kids have gotten crazy.
Different level.
Back in my day, there were only 150 Pokemon.
Oh, it's 2,000.
Were you a Pokemon guy, Blake?
Oh yeah.
Was that a
Huge Pokemon guy, not Yu-Gi-Oh guy.
Yu-Gi-Oh? Really?
Yeah.
Like the actual cards?
Yeah.
Were you a Yu-Gi-Oh guy, Shane? I can see you playing Yu-Gi-Oh. What?
You're definitely
You activated my trap card, fool.
I was a cool kid, man. I was a Pokemon.
Oh, not a cool kid. I mean, I played both. So
Dire's
it's like,
bottom tower.
basically normal.
At least you weren't playing Digimon. If that was the case, we happened last year.
That's what Shane was playing.
Yeah, I just
He told me actually before this. You're like, okay, we're gonna bring this up.
We did get in a fierce debate with that announcement video. If it should be the Pokemon theme or the Digimon.
No one would say that.
I don't even know what it is.
We played the game,
Dire's
but stop
bottom
laughing.
tower is under attack.
Who knows? Nice setup from the Knicks. Beautiful.
That's like the first bank from Nick's very successful thing.
And the blink reveal from Ursa.
Yeah.
Dire's bottom tower
First
is
is when
under
it's
attack.
lead, when you have to pick that lead to make
Yeah, start doing.
There's so much pressure on that hero. I don't like toys like this. Personally, you can't play fight that. Going on?
Invoker, instant trouble here. Nice setup from Ninja Boogie, and they'll find the kill.
Nice recovery.
Yeah, answer the
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Starts with pickoffs. I mean, they still have a little ways to go. It's a decent lead for Faceless. They'll finish off this top tier 1, maybe. Looks like a defense will be mounted.
The window they kind of had there, when Sia was
Dire's top tower is under attack.
she wasn't in a position to come and guard these people. I mean, very, very nice time.
Is that like one of those times where it's like, all right, we're gonna try this play, like hoping that no one's behind us?
Well, it's more, the second one was, okay, there's going to be people TPing bottom.
There's a sentry. Oh no, Weaver walks right into it. Had no idea. Do they have the damage? Bring him down, they do. Sunstrike from Jabs finds it. Now Ninja Boogie in a bit too deep. Ember Spirit comes in, but the Magnetize doing a lot of damage. And it might be enough to finish off the Disruptor straight up, and it is.
Kick away. The end kick.
Get out of my house. This is my area now.
Dire's top
This
tower
fight is over. We'll take your tower. Thank you very much, sir. Another convincing fight for Faceless, though.
Yeah, they basically used all their. When they tried this kind of stuff, it's like,
Just to protect it.
Dire's top tower
So I
has
feel like from what I've been playing is that like the safe lane tower is like pretty important to keep up, yeah, because then you're basically just naked in your whole jungle.
it's a lot to do with heroes. You know, certain heroes require to move more.
Yeah.
But in this case, no one's good. You just need to protect yourself, basically. And it opens up so many spots with these and you can't cheat and save people. That's the main one, actually. So, you know, someone's getting ganked, you can't keep them so far into the map.
Centaur's going for the Twitter Defiance first. Whoopsie. Black finds a solo kill up top. Well, not solo kill. Sunstrike will help him out with the Crowd, but easy kill on the Weaver.
Very nice.
But the Blink Dagger on the way for Centaur, about halfway there after that hood.
The thing I like about Faceless the most is they don't have just like one combo. You know, they don't have to rely on Void plus CM plus. They can make like little teams.
Yeah.
Void can go on its own, so because it was like the same with CM and Air Spirit.
Or CN and Centaur. There's all sorts of combos.
Exactly. Yeah. You kind of mix it. They don't rely on these like massive team fights. They try to look at pickoffs.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, they've got a Veil up on the Ember Spirit now.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Looks like a tier 1 tower siege. Initiation on the XY, but
Nice silence.
counter initiation's there. Centaur just drops Ninja Boogie. Miracle pops the ult, doing a lot of damage to Centaur, but now Black Suit, remember, he doesn't have Chrono. Gets the bash on Weaver, though. They've got the sentry down. It's a pretty good fight from Mineski. We'll see if they can get more here. Black still far away from Chrono. Mana burned, in comes Jazz. Fight the Carapace, returns some damage. That tower's just about to die, but it's helping out Faceless quite a bit here. It's not enough. Jazz goes down. Void on the defensive. He will make it back, and Nuts actually gets killed under the tower. It's a huge fight for a Dire squad.
Nuts was kind of forward towards the tower, trying to get some spells off. But like the rest of the team were kind of moving back. It was like
It's like a mixture of
Radiant's
each
bottom
mission. Hey, let's stay in, let's get out of here.
it's very necessary.
So that right there is the drawback of using the Chrono for a solo pickoff.
Exactly.
Yep. It's a great read from Mineski to say, guys, this is the time to go. They can't fight.
But if Black went in, he just kind of did nothing.
He's literally like, oh,
Yeah.
I got one dash, now what do I do?
So Centaur grabs the 35 damage. You plus 2 mana regen. I guess
That's the end, man.
if you don't have CN, then it's more tempting. Okay, that's fair.
It's also having ridiculous amounts of non-regen. That can be
Dire's
fighting the
bottom
map.
tower is under
Just over the
attack.
top.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Dire's structures
And this
are
is more
fortified.
damage to the combos as well. You know, Ember Spirit doesn't really deal well with this. I'm trying to 35 extra in place.
Yeah.
Help a lot more bonus.
still a lead for Faceless, but Mineski has gotten themselves back in this game.
We have a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about earlier in this game. That like I feel like he's a good support to have because he's able to like use his bugs and just go and like farm creep camp real quick.
And I mean, if things go really well, he can transition into a core. You get a couple kills in these team fights, and he's
Actually, no, yeah,
about to pass the Knicks.
Yeah, I like when you do that. Like, Mix doesn't necessarily need a lot of items, you do well with them.
Yeah.
But when you have another hero that can benefit more, or relies
Radiant's
on you, for
middle
example,
tower is under
yeah,
attack.
it's very nice. So Mix gets like level 7 or 8 in the outplay, and then we'll
Set up on the black. Fly. Gets deleted from the game. Ninja Boogie goes down as well. It's a 1-for-1, but I think Mineski will happily trade their position 5 for that of the position 1 Faceless Void.
They've gotten one terror so far, their pushes gone awful. Like,
Yeah.
what is it, first many power under 2 from the terror?
I mean, you've got,
There's support Weaver.
it's pretty terrible.
It's really bad. So for them to be able to take high ground, they're going to have to like already commit into the base. So if this game goes away, bases can literally sit in their base.
And just
Real
like,
And they've got good high ground defense too. Invoker, Void, Earth Spirit, Centaur, all very good at defending those choke points.
So the pressure is 100%
Yeah.
on the everything. Like they need to put the pressure on them, get more items, like maybe more.
So start working on the Agonists. It's not looking great for Mr. Centaur. It's a 1-on-4, but a typically tanky hero. I mean, he dies so fast. That's even with a Hooded Defiance absorbing that magic. Also, talk about the recovery for Ember Spear. I mean, Invoker's still happily at number 1, but
still, I'm going from Iron Talon.
yeah, I mean, he's really done well for himself.
He was never like I underestimated him fighting more behind. That's interesting. He wasn't really too bad.
Yeah.
I'm just interested in his telling was like way less with the Iron Talon.
Yeah.
Maybe he has higher standards than I do.
Haste.
Oh, Weaver with the Aghanim Scepter queued up. Very fun.
Yeah, really good. Because can't you like?
Radiant's
I
bottom
mean,
tower
if
is
someone
under
gets caught in
attack.
front of you, just use the arm.
Yep.
You know.
Just time lapse your friends. Actually, really good against Cook.
Oh yeah.
Also means that you want. Well, I just kind of opened Weaver to some right click items so he'd be able to do the build too.
Yeah.
But in this case, he's going like straight. I'm supporting Satan.
Yeah.
So they need the motion on. They need like optimal momentum to be able to.
It does feel like a game where Desolator would be tempting though on a Weaver like this. And another easy.
And I think Faceless probably understands like, hey, we can't let this Weaver get this shit because if he does, it's going to be bad for us. So like, they probably think it's worth chronoing him and getting that kill.
Just slowing it down and
Exactly.
Yeah, and there's a degree of, you want to save the, you feel like you want to save the chrono for the big fights, but just getting a quick pick like that helps Black get that momentum going. We'll go for Shadow Blade, so
one more so pick up potential.
yeah, great initiation tool, but also gives you some right click and low attack speed.
The thing is about this as well, like, you don't really need to keep fighting. Like, if you pick them up like this, they can't keep fight you.
Exactly.
Like, unless you kind of mess up like
Like they did before, where they were like, let's just
They
do
tried to
this.
take these
Yeah,
kind of
they probably thought they were so far ahead.
Radiant's
I think
top
it
tower
goes
is
back
under
to like,
attack.
oh, we can't
Dire's
keep
bottom
like that.
tower
We don't
is
want
under
to.
attack.
You know, if I
Radiant
we're on the
structures
pressure.
are
We
fortified.
have to
Dire's bottom
do this game
tower
and
has fallen.
Here we go. This is
Dire's bottom tower
Very
is
bad.
under attack.
How many times you've died? Five.
To the point where you start to wonder, like,
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
let's see here. Where is it? 5, 3, 5. Blake's paying attention here, Shane. That's uh-oh. Oh, why a lot of trouble? This from Centaur not going to be enough. They find the 2 supports. Yeah, Faceless just handed over after a nice pick on Weaver. Get that whole advantage away.
Tower is under attack.
So with the veil up now, you have a lot of matches.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
My question is like, you have Ursa, you've got the pick-ons, like, why isn't he going like straight to rush? Like,
Yeah, it's up.
just like,
Maybe the fear of
maybe,
bonus figure,
yeah, I guess yeah, true it is up.
It'll be up soon enough that it's definitely scary. That is one of the drawbacks to a team like this.
I kind of.
Time is money.
So I feel like you get that power spike and you're able to do that type of thing more often, regardless of ult.
That's great.
Kind of forced into it here. Not the dream BKB games where Chrono just goes right through it, but still so much magic damage that hard to pass it up.
So most of the damage on them is working.
Yeah. And again, Magnetized, even Centaur, it's a lot of magical bursts.
Radiance, though. It's going to be pretty huge, to be honest.
Still some hope for Mineski.
Well, that
They take away a lot of stuff, like all the blinks, everything.
when I say they're like, they have to keep the momentum up and all this kind of stuff, it's just the way they're dropping. Like, they're not right behind their enemies.
Yeah.
It's more.
Radiant's bottom tower
you
is
don't
under
do
attack.
It's rather.
Radiant structures
Now,
are
Faceless Yeah, it's a really heads up play from Faceless, and with all their ultimates, they know that Mineski do not want to fight.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah. Yes.
Because I was about to say, I was like, oh, they're doing it because they see the vision.
Radiant's bottom tower is falling.
They're all missing already.
Next one's a dead, so maybe they saw him with them more plus the same down there.
It's going to be small, or maybe he wasn't.
Dire's top
possible.
tower is under
They're all
attack.
dire wards down here, so this might have just been a
There was one that just went away.
Oh, thank you, Lord. Could have also just been some good map sense of all of them missing like that.
Oh, barely missing.
Fireman
Just
Angels
tonight.
on both of them.
Yeah.
Those are double force spirits. When you're ahead, it's amazing. It's very easily. There's more physical damage. But when you're behind, it's a really good comeback tank. When you're going to roll the light,
Silence. Yeah, Sunstrike will get it. You get those pickoffs without Chrono, it's just free money, baby.
the shadow blade. I don't know damage and initiation, but so maybe
That is true. I was thinking about the damage addition to it.
I'm not sure. Because it's so
And Weaver is in a little bit deep here. Centaur.
Oh, silence.
Oh, yeah.
Radiant's
It's
middle
not, yeah, Black gets credit for that one, but still. This is starting to fall apart from Mineski. I mean, Faceless have not played this perfect and given away a few unnecessary deaths, but I mean, they just keep finding pickoff after pickoff.
It seems to go like this for a little bit, and then all of a sudden Mineski kind of bring it back a little bit.
Yeah.
They rely on the person though. The person needs to step forward and get in there. And then Faces aren't letting them fight the spot.
How much does this radiance make a difference now in these team fights?
It's just this annoyance, right?
They can't blink, everything.
It's quite a lot of damage as well.
Especially with the veil, too.
It's pretty good damage. It's going against Void, who is kind of only like with him at the moment. He's good base for heroes.
17%, baby.
I think it is a lot of damage to do against CM.
No, yeah.
And you get caught in the difficulty for the veil and
Oh, initiation on the Weaver, silence. Roll not going to find it there, but on the other side, chaotic opener, static storm, not quite on the money. But Earth Spirit will fall first. Oh, wow. Centaur with a stun on 2, big damage, Sunstrike on the way, they'll find that kill on Newton Boogie to go 1 for 1. Ursa to BKB indeed finds the kill on Centaur.
did he Central the first song kill?
I think so. That's what it looks like. It's kind of a funky initiation on that fight.
It's very, very forced. But it kind of paid off. You have to defend the Central kill.
Oh, yeah.
It's still getting no objective.
Yeah. Well, I didn't have the Chrono there either, so not so much you could do.
Oh
my god. Oh my god. Is that just good map sense from the Weaver right there? Like, alright. Like, Void's moving.
Come in handy.
There's no more.
There's no.
Yeah. That was a pretty heads up play. Maybe just lucky, but still.
One thing I could maybe not happen was to kill the ancient back with the experience for him.
Realized he didn't get.
Oh, that's okay, that's possible. And if that's the case, that's pretty heads up. Skank. Could also just be that, you know, oh shit, Chrono's going to be coming up soon. Void's off from
It
there.
was too quick.
Yeah.
Radiant's middle tower
I want to
is
believe
under
that you're right.
attack.
I want to believe it was a next level play.
It's like a secret Hitler game.
Here we go. Mineski, DK in. A little bit of soccer back and forth. DKD copy. Ursa can't quite find the kill. Oh, it comes back. CN might still survive. The static storm used just for CN, but now Ursa loses to DKD and they just destroy him. Now the Chrono connects on two. This is the fight Faceless one. And Disruptor will fall. It looks like this Nyx is not going to make it out either. It's a 1-3. Maybe even 4. Ember, Cold Snap, Silence. Now Yule's up. This should be a dead Ember. Wow. Faceless come out huge in that fight.
Disruptor kited the Ursa. Last when the Ursa was hoping to see him with the KD on, and Disruptor instant arrow
And then used his soul ulti on it.
Yeah, and then he got a Sentinel open, so he lived so long. So Mineski was trying to focus on the CN.
Yeah.
Well, alright, then oh my god.
And everybody was like, hey, I'll take this shrine, we'll be there in a second, guys.
Yeah, no problem.
So we talked about the issues with Ursa. He gets kited, and we didn't really talk about the double-edged sword of having a disruptor on your team, but that's coming out from Disruptor soon as the Aegis goes away. 3 planes here.
So far, I'm going for 27 years.
16k net worth. That's a happy invoker.
Yeah, I like the Eagles as well. I think this year was like this one, more kite. Inspired.
I mean, they're just playing this Invoker perfectly. It's no surprise you're exhorting Invoker, dropping Sunstrikes, but it's just kill after kill.
The way they dropped it, the green Main Qualifier.
Yeah.
Like when I said in the drop, I was not doing this is like they're drawing here. You were set up to be the dog.
Yeah. Literally just has a farm cancel, and they're like, hey, Sunstrike over here.
I know. It's kind of, it shows a lot of faith of the player.
Yeah. So far, so good. Yule's on the way for Ember.
That's the big deal. I don't know, when you're forced to get Yule from a good amount of it's not very good. It's rather than everything else, you're probably getting the momentum there. Just getting this random item that's taking you around, like, just to get the silence and the review from CN.
We were talking about that last game, or the last game we saw on Ember. It's like, is this going to be Lotus, Manta, or Yule? So it was against the Silencer. And he ended up going for the Yules, but it was a similar. Manta buildup is rough. It takes a long time. Yeah, I guess once you have Radiance, it feels a little bit better because you can kind of split around, you know.
Well, they can't see what hero it is, so if they see the Yules and the Radiance, maybe they can just think it's another hero.
The classic.
Oh, here's a innovative Yule.
Pipe on the way for Mr. Centaur. He's just picked up the casual plate now to try to mitigate some of that Ursa damage. Probably a smart choice.
This is the Invoker is pushing top with no smoke. When you're Mineski in this situation, I don't know. Maybe he's just good pushing. Maybe we don't know. Can we punish him? You're just kind of doubt in your mind. Just survive. We got like. PKD pressure to be on.
Dyer's top tower is under attack.
Yes, 10 seconds. Ready to ride.
He is ready to go. You have the Shadow Blade initiation behind the tower. And you don't really have time to set up with the Mineski. You know, you
Dyer's
like a
top
safe
tower
move now.
has fallen.
Prep for the fight. It's the same situation from the approach. I'm basically reading like a book.
Yep, both teams have the same kind of idea, but they're like basically the benefactors.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, it's been dead for a while. Yeah.
Ursa was the one that was pushing that one.
Yeah, like 10 or 15 minutes ago. He killed it really early. Now the gem here first.
It's just they don't like Weaver.
Yeah. This Weaver's gonna be in the base for a while.
So Pipe and Silver Edge about to come out also. A lot of items being completed with Faceless now. This is pretty tense here, boys. It's a big lead for Faceless. If Mineski lose another big team fight, this game starts to get really rocky.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
You want to be able to get in their face and do as much as possible and not have to worry about the death.
Yeah.
Especially when you get that level 18, because you're
Deceptive room invisibility.
very important.
Oh, here it is. Ember Spirit. Oh, there's the added time blast. Very nice from the Weaver, but isn't going to be enough. He's getting the top, the meatball flies down. Ursa trying to do as much damage as he can. His ninja boogie across his center storm kinetic field. Sure is, but Black is going into the he's taking a lot of damage here. He does just time walking enough of it. They found one kill on the Ursa, and that's it. Faceless head back to the shrine. They'll start to heal up. Time lapse back, and it looks like it's Mineski on the defensive now, just trying to get out of dodge. They're on the retreat, but can they live? Disruptor getting low as XY chases them down. Duel stops him dead in his tracks. Weaver, Shikuchi away. I think Ninja Boogie is done for here. Oh, they walk right into the Weaver. They have the detection. They get a free ward.
Yeah, they struggle so hard with the central rookie. They initiate the central rookie central immediately. And Earth said, one like, stop, kill. You can't do that.
Wow. It was a fun game, guys.
It was a very interesting aspect, to be honest.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Another big fight for Faceless. It's only a 2-0, so Mineski did mitigate their losses. We see some of the power of the Agonim's Weaver, but
But in that case, it was a scrappy fight, and they still came out on top.
yeah. Reinitiation, Earth Spirit, one that gets caught, but Ursa might get turned on. He pops the BKB. And now TT's out. Centaur with the stun gets returned despite Terracus. Blackhawk's in BKB. He'll start going in on the Knicks. 1-0 so far. Stampede. And looking for Ember. They found him. There's a remnant down though. Black is just ready and waiting. Or not.
Dyer's middle
Okay.
tower is under attack.
He was waiting.
Generation.
All right.
I don't know if he was ready. Wow.
Launch. Brave Ember. He's out of remnants now, but number 5 on 2. XY rolling away. There's a chrono. Does connect on 2. Meatball flies down there. A combo for jab. Wait, time lapses. Oh, he was at like 2% HP. That's actually huge. It's 1 for 2 in the grave. Faceless could still find this fight perhaps as Black dies. It's not looking good. Mineski, another scrappy fight here, Shane, but they're on the aggressive now.
The weakness and the strengths of Faceless are basically when they initiate, they rely on killing someone in the front. If they don't kill at least one, it's kind of similar to how we're playing this game, right? If they don't get that initial kick, all of a sudden you're on the back.
Gold and sweet.
Center rookie and looks like take that one. You're not ever good. And then you saw Ember and Weaver and Lewis, like they have this constant mobility kind of thing.
Yeah.
And they kind of just kited them. They kind of like they unkiteable too.
That makes sense. Unkiteable.
Yeah. It was a pretty decent chrono setup. Just a chaotic fight in general. Faceless didn't have their cooldowns lined up.
The issue was the Boca wasn't ready for him. He was like, it took him like 2 or so seconds to actually cast the spells.
Get everything going on.
And if he had done a barrier, he would have had the cooldown on the Boca and then to cast another gun on him. Maybe like a lack of They had enough break damage to kill him. And then the Weaver saying something really huge. His eye was serious.
Yeah. I mean, that Weaver living. Oh my.
Like the eye actually gave him a little couch. It's not like he's saving him up. He's saving himself from the pro.
Yep, they'll go BKB next.
Haste.
A lot of the rest there.
So, all right, it's still a pretty good lead for Faceless, holding 10K. So they're doing all right, but let's keep playing a scrappy game here.
At this stage as well, this is his part of the charges.
Should be down to 5 or so. Okay, down to 6. Pretty close.
6, yeah. So like he's going to get kited and kited more and more. So as the game's like on.
Boys, this is big. This is Roche.
Oh, no smoke. This
Okay.
Dire Sentry's down.
awkward. Oh.
They got Lotus Orb.
The Ember Spirit is so fast. It's not going to make it center.
A game of chicken. Black, he dropped the chrono. You can't see it because the static storm comes down. They do find the kill on the Disruptor, and now they want Jules. They won't have the lockdown for it. Oh. One on the other side. Oh. Another one of these big spread out fights. Both sides trying to disengage. Jules losing his mana. Stay alive as Jabs goes in deep. They got the dust. Dead Invoker. Now boys locked down. There's another big fight for Mineski.
I'm thinking rush off. Oh, this is stupid. Like, this is a big
So if you're Faceless, do you buy back to try to hold this? If you are with Chrono off cooldown or on cooldown, I guess you don't.
You still know it's not the height. You still know they can't push. They get run down. Okay, after this, like, window with it. He's not full. He's going to wait for
under
it.
attack.
Almost 4K over.
That is
I think the Weaver is one of
Radiant's
us.
middle tower is falling. Roshan
Instead of going to a culture in this purity. like he's just running around sometimes it's like two.
Radiant's
something
middle
like a
tower
whole
is under
number of
attack.
years. That has to be just supposed to be,
Yeah.
you know, that kind of stuff will make the
A
fight
gift
go
from the
really out of your way. You miss one storm,
Oh my.
you're trying to overcompensate that.
Yeah.
Nix knows he's here.
Try to overthink it on next time.
And let's see if he comes.
Saving the gem, that could have been a huge kill.
Yeah,
They swap gems after that team point. It's like,
both of them carrying gems. Okay, so things reset a little bit here. Invoker's still number one on net worth. AB coming out next after the Lincolns. Just trying to max out on survivability.
the breed of that mix and stuff. Like, on the Ember Spirit, there's so much backup is so good.
and good.
But it's not that much.
The black hasn't got any items because
You can kill nails and all
I don't have much fun that is.
Oh, that's a nice catch on the Disruptor.
the heat cut. Down very.
That was basically just a Centaur setup.
But did you see the ambush where he actually cast the chains when he was
Interesting.
like,
Oh, it's really just it.
yeah, they didn't see it. But he could have, I think he was about to fight of his chains. But if he did, he would have been
Yeah, got it.
really good.
All right, another pickup. Only one outer tower remains for Mineski.
So another thing about this, the Vulcan is kind of like, if you play you, you might get beaten. It's kind of tough. It's kind of like 6 rounds, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't really have any more.
Generation.
That's another thing they're not worried about. That's good.
There's the BKB.
When was the last time I did it?
Oh, yeah,
Dire's top tower is under attack.
We can maybe replace the mule with a hex.
Sure.
I think hex is. I think number of follow this number.
Yeah,
Just like that, breed or two.
that's true.
This is a really good hex game.
It's such a good game, actually. Like, faces have such an advantage, and it's quite clear.
Yeah.
But playing against this Weaver,
It just makes it so difficult. Like every single second, you're like, oh, see, we got to pick up, boom, and back to ball. Or yeah,
they tried to kill the Weaver in the fight in their combo, but they didn't have enough damage. So they're at this kind of weird kind of point in the game where they're winning, but they can't.
Yeah.
They have not control, they're doing great.
I like this item pickup on Black though. It's got the Maelstrom. He'll go for the Mjolnir.
Oh, that's some fire.
Weaver.
Chrono comes down. They do try to isolate the Weavers. They have the damage this time. It's going to be close to the time lapse. Like the buyback from Weaver, he comes right back in the fight with the time lapse. Now the static storm kinetic field comes out. Could still take this fight, but they're taking way too much damage now. Versus BKB has expired. They're going to start to reset things a little bit. They got Black, they got XY, and this Ember Spirit is still alive. It's Mineski's fight to win. The buyback was so worth it.
That's actually sick. I didn't think about that.
Did Weaver fight back?
Yes, he did. He bought back to get into that fight, but so worth it.
I mean, all I saw was a Vulcan moving away. Like, you saw the fire in the cover, he put it actually couldn't take it out of this one. And that puts space of him with so much pressure because he's pretty much all
Radiant's
around.
middle tower.
Yeah, exactly.
Like a silver number not maybe like, this is where it's
I got buyback.
Centaur's the only one that has it. Void, no buyback. Earth Spirit, no buyback. There's also no clip for the Radiant. Invoker doing a good job slowing him down, disarm on the 2 cores. I think Shane's completely right here. This power is just laughing at him. DM does have a buyback though. She'll use it straight away.
How long have they been getting this? Ridiculous.
Yeah, they need a Desolator. That would make this a lot easier. They get into tier 3, they mech up, and they'll just start to retreat.
And even trying to get the maximum, they could even
Yeah.
further on days. They have more, like, they can be regen and more health.
I hate to use all our
play instead of. Because I feel like he would be the one that would get Desolator in his face.
I was thinking Weaver would probably drive the Desto.
Yeah. The Fusel base is like, you don't want this like CN,
I guess that's true.
you want to get a lot of people down. Void is low mana, you know, if you with stuff.
Yeah, right.
But it's pretty sick.
It also just really helps Ursa, like, as we talked about, his weakness is being heightened. So having a slow that you can put on people with the Purge,
Yeah, it's very important.
it helps cure some of his wounds, but not the end all.
You can remove that after.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. No Ghost Scepters, but that's also something that become a factor later on, like the reclamations.
What's up, dude? That was kind of a good tell. Faces were dead for, what, 30 seconds? 40 seconds?
Yeah.
There was 2 heroes alive, and they couldn't take them. You know, they was pushed. It was like perfect. Like, any other team you left, you got alright. So,
Hit that ground, man. We're almost 0 now. We're at, you got your little net worth indicator up there too. You can So these are the fancy smancy Moonduck productions. So we get the talent indicator. It pops up when people skill talents. And that one, it's just the net worth graph. So it's more square. But yeah, so it's green if the Radiant are winning and red if the Dire are winning. There's a little slider in the middle and that thing will move and swing. But it updates live. So if the team kills barracks, for example, you'll see it jump. That kind of stuff. So yeah, it's not affected by delay. It's completely live. It's pretty slick. Look at God.
That's the thing I was expecting there. Like turn on my computer or something?
Yes. Yeah, we had it installed on both computers, so it was sending data from both games.
I got like 10 DMs. I got like 2
yeah, we totally forgot about that, but the program was just punching itself.
Okay, so it's already close to refresher, huh?
Oh, he's going to
It's,
You know,
freaking
This'll
intense.
come in
it's
handy.
terrible.
Yeah. How long is it? 6 seconds?
Yeah.
6 seconds? Or 4? Okay, so 8 seconds of this. Oh, God. With 60% damage reduction?
And you have like 2 DVDs
Radiant's
that
top
work
tower
5
is
seconds.
under attack. Dire's
Structure.
structures are fortified.
I mean, you're a Centaur aficionado, Blake. How game-changing is the refresher here?
It's literally like I'd say it's like more like a BM type thing where it's just like, you literally can't
Radiant's
do
top
anything
tower
about it.
is falling.
Yeah. Most of the time I end up using my refresher because once you get ags, it's game over. Anyways, I don't see how Faceless will lose this game, unless throws are made, but I'll usually use my Stampede over there as a great pick.
I'm kind of like,
Fair?
I'm kind of more safe from like Mineski. Like,
Really?
Yeah, like, the way they're playing Faceless, it seems kind of messy, right? They're like taking fights when they shouldn't. They're kind of forcing it really heavily when they don't really need to.
I think this is a game changer item though here, Shane, because whoever you put this on, you've got Ember Spirit doing a lot of instances of damage, you've got Ursa attacking really fast, you've got the Static Storm doing high instances of damage. It's an amazing game from Mjolnir. It's just going to do a lot in this game fight.
The one thing is with the Faceless on there, like right during all those fights, all he had was like the Mjolnir for the last one, but he literally had like really no damage items. Where if this game's going further, he's going to be able to maybe take down 2 people in Chrono with the ability of Alacrity and those type of things.
He also needs more like physical damage.
Yeah, MKB, like that type of stuff, where it's just like, alright, you're done.
The Radiant's kind of annoying as well.
And also the Solar Crest, really annoying.
Oh. Actually, the main reason that the Weaver was living in some of those fights was in the.
So that's supposed to be all of a sudden it's like 40
A golden thread.
complicated as well. A lot of PKBs. Yeah, against the Vulture, these like first damage combos, there's spirits, and like the longer the game goes, the more like if you go super late, and that's because you do so much physical damage because the Weaver kind of starting to scale now.
Yeah.
You know, he doesn't have much damage, but he's still.
I guess, yeah, you're true about that. It's easier for them to execute than it is for Faceless.
They have this combo, and you can rely on themselves.
This is big though. Roche 3, Aegis Cheese.
Oh, yeah.
Faceless move right into the pit, and it doesn't look like Mineski will be in a position to contest.
Faceless needs a armor reduction item on somebody.
If you don't really have this without kind of make it like worth more of that.
Okay,
You know, like I guess Warriors because most of the matches and everything else.
Yeah.
Like they're all magic.
They need a Veil of Discord. That's what they really need.
Genuinely, yeah. It's pretty legit. Let's see it.
It was, if Earth Spirit could have gotten one, it would
What's here then looking like?
the Mercade and Ghost Scepter. So and also Ghost Scepter now on XY. So that diffusal makes a little more sense now on the Ursa.
The later the game goes, the more these items will come to support. So these utility mobility items that will just kite the system more and more. But then for that stage, and what's up?
Lotus Sword. And he's fine.
He's like lost like this much.
Yeah.
One double chains, and speaking of the owner, now one up on the Ember Sphere.
What level is that?
25. Next.
So he has
The infinite chains.
Yep.
the
To Searing Chains with the Octarine.
Especially for Faceless Void.
maybe this is the reason to be thirsty. Because the void will go in
Yeah,
the
they would just lock them down.
This will blade out. This has got a lot of gold.
A gift from the temple.
Getting only a 2K network lead.
It's almost the items that are coming through. Like big surge in power that from
A lot of big
Oh,
items
no.
from Mineski. And as we talked about, there's so many BKBs this game. Items like this Ags upgrade for Disruptor, huge.
like even the ghost sector, the glimmer takes all this.
Oh, yeah.
They're so heavily affected with this. First, it can actually do like continued damage.
Oh no.
Oh, Ember. He walks right into it. Duels.
Don't do a lot of damage.
By fire.
They've got enough to kill the Emperor.
Yeah, you can't sleep that side. Even though they didn't actually do damage on it. That was all five of them focusing one hero in a problem sphere without any usable option.
I can imagine if we were there.
Or
and all of a sudden, like,
you have to disrupt their trope for multis
Oh yeah.
mix message. Alright, the push is pretty fast, but we'll actually on top of what's
There is a buyback for the Ember.
you don't want to be wide right on them. You want to try to hold it and then push it and
What other items would end?
on Ember.
Yeah.
I think it's slow item, like that shield or
You like dump the Yules for that, I guess.
Dire structures are fortified.
That's weight class and then
Yeah. Looks back on the black.
This is a force to the wrong.
Dire's middle
They do more
tower
damage
yeah,
than
the first we got.
A little bit of sure damage on the range barracks. Ship.
that's the pressure though. You compare that to the other push.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's
Radiant's top
well,
tower is
we
under attack.
all of it.
Yeah. Also, now we're losing 2 racks where it's like, oh, maybe 3 of us die on Faceless and they're only going to get like a range bear.
Next on Centaur.
Pressure.
Oh, that's sick.
Double edge too. Double edge. Double. What is the biggest any number you've ever had? I had it.
No, so you can order anything you want. You do like a 4x4
Yeah, so
or
there's a
3x3.
Why did no one tell me that?
Yeah, like animal style fries.
I already got double. I didn't know you could just order them.
Yeah, whatever you want.
I think I've only had, maybe I've done a 3x3 once. You
One
did
time,
eight
one time I
by
was in high school, I was like, it was actually like football meet or whatever. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna try this out.
Did you finish it?
Yes.
Wow. Did you feel terrible
Yeah.
after?
8 patties?
Yeah.
8 patties and 8 slices of cheese.
I could do that. Yeah, you can.
Isn't it like a stamp? Like,
So it's literally, yeah, it might be like this. The best thing when I used to eat there, I mean, obviously I have to eat super healthy now, but back then,
4x4.
it was literally, it was just like animal style fries and like 2 double doubles. Oh,
No, that's big fat.
I really like their protein burgers, man. So
Oh, yeah.
Steak. Oh.
Alright, I'll get the next up. And then we can do literally everything. We have about 2. This is like, you open about 2 things as well.
Oh, yeah.
All of a sudden,
Next thing you know, Nick's
Just
just
five
running
people
out
here.
here, it's like, oh shit.
it's so cool. The item, the concept in general is really cool.
Yeah. I like the idea of Dota having more ultra late game upgrades, like the Moon Shard, BOTs, Launcher, that kind of stuff.
Definitely.
Because there was this point in Dota a few years ago where some games had this strange stalemate of like 75 minutes where there's just nothing else you could do. You know, there are no more upgrades.
Yeah.
And then you have these like animations where it's fun.
Yeah.
Exactly. You just have nothing, just 5 boards.
I'm not even like, no.
No, that's not.
A tool
It
to
definitely helps spice up the late game. Or spice up the late game, rather.
I remember watching it was C9 and I can't remember.
The Shadow, base, Shadow.
Yeah. It was
Yeah, Owen and Purge.
4-hour-long game. Like, oh my god. It was during my like 21st birthday. I was out in Vegas. And I literally was like, I was watching. I was
Guys, it's my 21st birthday. I'm now going to watch the longest competitive.
I didn't watch the whole thing. I didn't watch the whole thing. That's the problem. We literally got there, checked in, and it was like starting, and we like went off and like did whatever we were doing.
Oh, okay.
And then, like, no, we like would randomly check in and be like, oh, I wonder what games like going on. And it was still the game. And we were like, you know?
One of the most
all the Oracle effects were just like shitting themselves.
Oh yeah,
It was all bad.
that was one of the most ridiculous moments I've ever watched on Twitch. The casting. Oh,
No, I feel so bad.
I made own things.
it really, that was Owen's breakout moment. I mean, he was a fine caster before that, and a lot of people hadn't heard of him, and that was when people started realizing that he is an amazing caster.
Yeah.
Great.
Being able to go through that whole thing.
Yeah, for 3 hours in a shitty game like that. He was like mixing in the Eminem rhymes and whatnot.
Alright, so look in here. You have these messy buddies. You're facing. You don't actually play.
You're like,
If
hey, you
have
come up
your
and write this.
I'm going to. They know what's up. You know, they're like, alright, there's no way they can work right there. We're gonna wait here for this guy. Okay.
Oh, look at that. They've got the damage too. Ember's just dead. Beautiful. That's what they call Chibane.
600 time walk cast range. Is that really that big a difference? For that big, I mean, that's.
So I mean, it's plus 600, so it nearly doubles.
Okay.
I think it is.
But is it, I guess I mean, is it like.
So what's the other one?
It's
20% of
okay,
GEEK.
so the idea is, it's like literally about 1.5 times.
Yeah.
So it's huge, right? And you have these heroes like Void. You want to be able to get in there, right? And you're not going to fit there.
Yeah.
So it just gives you that literally the shares that comes
So if you kind of like look at the circle and you think about the halfway point. It's,
You literally.
but the 20% evasion can be really good in some units, especially one like this against an Ursa.
they're gonna have the super silent of seeing.
Yeah, the Bloodthorn.
I think Ember most likely would have bought that.
Yeah, he does have it. 40 seconds.
This is the you're playing against this.
Oh wow. They need the help now that fight back. Oh, the Lotus Orb first. The Abyssal himself.
Yeah, you don't.
Yeah, the Lotus Orb.
Here we go, CM with a nice breathing field. Actually doing some damage here. Ember's going to keep going. This could be huge. This will die. Not having DKB. Centaur survives through it. Actually going to hold this a bit longer. But the Ember's still alive. They're going to find Jack. They've got the Vigi's Ghost Walk. They have detection. A buyback now from the Ursa. A super costly hold. And they want black as well. Weaver's just kind of luckily on top of him.
If you go for Roshan to get on here, so you can ball back, then you go for the push. It's not a buyback on a poker. So, they just seem quite open for that.
But Eski might be doing this. I'm starting to move into the
This was like, okay, they initiated it on the high ground, but it just kind of went open. It felt, I think it was the siege with their force here, the Alacrity, then they're forced to come up to us. And then all of a sudden they just kind of like ran into it. They killed the disruptor straight away without even thinking. See, now it was huge. But the problem was they didn't stop on the Weaver, which is the backbone.
Yeah.
Screw which is support. Now, without support, the opponent has got it.
buyback.
I feel like everyone went back for the Lotus Orb and get put on the.
Oh yeah,
No, the Fish Void. Fish Void, the Abyssal then, and we're destroyed and you take out like the 2,000.
buyback from Centaur as well. Guys, this is a big fight. Loser of this will not have buybacks. Huge chrono from Black, but Weaver drops the time lapse at 5 seconds this time, but does not save the next assassin. That's the agent.
You know what makes it up?
Okay, yeah, they're good.
Blinks out. Wow. It's a hold for
They
Faceless.
did lose the gem though.
There was a ball back on the
They bought back on Invoker and Centaur.
Oh wow.
Not shown here, but 2 buybacks used for that.
And it now gets into the real stakes. You know, no one has buyback.
Now Weaver is officially extremely annoying with the plus 200 QT movement
Oh
speed.
my god, he's on 25?
Take a look. So we've got only 4 heroes, not 25. Jesus.
What is CM's level 25?
That's a great question.
Oh my gosh. Well, that's what, 4 seconds?
It only has like a few seconds downtime.
4.5.
4.5?
Frostbite.
6 seconds cooldown, 1.5 seconds downtime.
But even the Crystal Nova, it's 500 damage Crystal Nova.
Oh my god.
It's pretty serious.
It's just a carry now.
Hey, what do you do?
Have you played any Core Lich since the Talent Trees came out?
I
That's
had
a fun
a core lich on my team, or he went mid and got the plus 100, right? And we lost because he would ulti, and their team was smart and got blade mail, and it would just bounce between them, and he would die in 2 hits. And he was just like the whole time he kept doing it, and he was like, I just need my Yules, and it never worked. Yeah. And I was like, dude, this is like you're so dumb. Why'd you pick Lich mid? He was like, I won mid. I was like, well, we're gonna lose the game. So it's like, oh, so annoying.
Lich mid can be cool though. You just deny so much. There is some merit to that shit.
They smell.
Oh gosh.
This is like so tense actually.
Yeah, this is big.
Okay, so 3 people have buyback.
Void, Weaver, and Nyx.
So initially,
Oh, Sentry. Oh, the Yules.
Ursa just wasted BKB, didn't get anything out of this. Now Void's locking him down. Ursa in a lot of trouble. He's their key hero. They can't afford to lose the refresher from Centaur. Now the Grotto connects Here rolls on down. And Mineski are in big trouble. They'll lose the Ursa. No buybacks except for the Nyx assassin.
ready? Let's go top. Let's go, boys.
There we look at this recap,
I
gents.
thought that Weaver saved it, but then the number got
GG. They ball it.
Weaver couldn't focus on them. The Ursa was, they literally, they ice ball the Ursa on the old round ball.
Radiant.
Yeah, they did. I don't care.
Okay, you're not gonna be able to.
They just walked up.